Hi, let's go over these questions on the review for our exam 3. The first question is a Venn diagram question. Um, so we have this diagram over here. Uh, we're talking about a universal set of employees. So remember, the universal set is going to be the entire rectangle. That's our universal set. So that's all of the employees. Then we have one of our circles on the inside are employees that are on time. The other circles is employees that have driven to work and they overlap. So there's 4 employees there that drove to work and they were on time, right? And then there's 8 employees on the outside of those circles. So how many employees were late? Well, we have to take the 25 employees here because they are outside of the on-time circle, plus the 8 on the outside. So everything that's outside of the on-time circle, we add them together, we get 33, right? How many employees drove or were on time? Sorry, y'all. How many employees drove or were on time? That or is important because that's going to be our union. So the employees who drove were 25 plus 4, in case you can't see it here, 25 plus 4. Those are all of the employees who drove, and then all of the employees who were on time was 33. I do not need to add in the 4 again because those 4 employees have already been counted. So altogether, we have 62 employees that either drove or were on time, or both. Those 4 in the middle were both right there, right? How many employees did not drive at all? So that's going to be all of the employees that are outside of our drive circle. Oh, sorry. How many on-time employees did not drive? Sorry, y'all. Don't get mad that it was wrong. We're about to fix that. How many on-time employees did not drive? That's just going to be these 33 on-time employees that are outside of the drive circle, not including the 8 on the outside. Those were late employees. Okay. How many employees were on time? That's going to be the rest of that circle. So the 33 plus the 4 because they are all inside of the on-time circle. That makes 37. Okay. Sorry, I don't know why I want to highlight this. How many employees drove? So that's just going to be all of the employees in the drive circle. 25 plus 4, going to be 29. How many employees were late or didn't drive? So they were either late or they didn't drive or they were both. So that includes the 33 because these 33 didn't drive, right? So they have to be counted in here because it says we can count all the employees that didn't drive. Okay, these 8 out here also didn't drive. So that's why we have the 33 that didn't drive here, the 8 that didn't drive there. But it could also be employees that were late. So employees that were late, even though they drove, they were still late, are these 25. And also the 8 on the outside, but I've already added them in. So if we take the 33 plus the 25 plus 8, we get 66. Okay, so all of those together, the only employees that don't count in there are employees that did drive and were on time. Okay. All right, and the last one, I think I goofed it up. What could you say about the 33 employees in the left? Those employees were on time and didn't drive. I originally was thinking they were talking about the 8 on the outside. So this, let's cross that off. Okay. This is wrong. I apologize. These are the 33 on the left-hand side. So those employees, the 33, were on time but didn't drive. So they are on, whoops, let's make this skinnier. They are on time but didn't drive. Okay? On time but didn't drive. All right, what's next here? Use the following sets to perform set operations. All right, so I'll let you just, let's just talk our way through this. So we have a universal set. This is everything in the set, right? Then we have a subset of that, A. So A is parts of that set. B is different parts of that set, but maybe they have some things in common. And C is even a different part of that set. So the first one we read, as I wrote it underneath, which elements are not in A? So which elements of the universal set are not in A? So all I did is I went through the universal set and I said, okay, 1. Is 1 inside in A? And it's not. Okay, so I put 1. Oops, that blue kind of covered it. Okay. So I put 1 because it's not in A. Then I said 2, right? The next one in the universal set was 2. And I said, oh, is 2 in A? And 2 is in A, so I could not add that to my set that was not A. And that's how we read that tick mark. It was not A, right? Okay. So the rest of the elements that are not in A, but they are in the universal set are 1, 3, 5, 7, 9, 8, B, C, and D. So all of the letters, because the subset A did not have any of the letters. All right. The second one is, you read the second one as, which elements are in both A and C, right? Both A and C. That and is this symbol right here, and that's our intersection. So what elements are in both in both B and C? And those are 4 and A. You can find 4 in both B and C, and you can find A in both B and C. All right, the next one has a different symbol. It's not an intersection symbol, it's a union symbol. So we read that as which elements are in either A or C or both. Okay? And you normally won't see the either. They're just in A or C. I just write that in there to help you out a little bit. So it's everything in A and everything in C, except what they have in common, I only need to write 1 time. So both A and C have 4, but I only wrote that 1 time. Okay. And the last one, which elements are not in either A or B or both? Okay. Which elements are not in either A or B or both? And so we can look at 5. Okay. So 5 is not in A, and it is also not in B. 7, not an A and not an B. 9, not C, not and D, not.